Hey, what's up, y'all? Well, we've wrapped up bowl season yesterday. Um, except for, of course, the national championship. So anyway, let's talk about it. I guess first let's give a shout out to the teams that didn't make it. Mostly, of course, the ones that we like to laugh at. Colorado, um, Florida, and South Carolina. So yes, better luck next year. But anyway, let's just start with with the uh, with the elephant in the room here. We got to talk about these playoff games and that. So yes, of course, I already talked a lot about this yesterday, so won't go into too much detail. But yep, Michigan, yep, beats Alabama, 27-20, in overtime. Yep, the North beats the South. So in Alabama, you lost Jim Harbaugh in Michigan. Uh, I mean, I mean, Michigan had gotten to the playoffs the last 2 years and lost, and then this time they actually won a a playoff game. Shout out to Nate the Great. Yeah, on your Wolverines. Moving on. So, and then finally getting over the hump and winning a playoff game, and that. So, but anyway, and that's for Alabama and Nick Saban. Well, looks like it's about to be 3 years without a national championship. That's poverty. Yeah, that's the longest stretch that that Saban has gone without winning a title at Alabama. So yeah, and only one and only one natty win in the last 6 years, which is also poverty. So, but anyway, but anyway, let's talk about the other playoff game now. Was Washington beats Texas 37-31, and then Washington also beat Texas last year in the Alamo Bowl, 27-20. So yeah, Washington with the back-to-back wins over Texas. Yeah, Texas fans must really hate Washington now. Let's see, yeah, and then so Texas is back. I mean, Texas is still, actually back. I mean, they did win the Big 12 for the first time since 2009. So they're back to 2009 level, which was winning the Big 12, but not winning the national championship. So you're not really back to 2005, but you're back to 2009 at least. So, but anyway, so Michael Penix, yeah, just lit up Texas defense, like a Christmas tree. Yeah, he threw for like over 400 yards and like 2 touchdowns. So, and I mean, Washington had some. They were, up big at one point. They had some. Yeah. They had some chances to put Texas away. I think they were ahead by 11 points at one point. I think it was like 31 to 20 at one point. Uh, Washington had a chance to put the game away, make it a 3-score game, but instead had to settle for field goals. Keeping letting Texas hang around. So, and then it did really get interesting toward the end. It was like 37-28. And Washington had just kicked a field goal, and then Texas had their chance at the end. I mean, they had kicked the field goal, and it just came down to an onside kick. Couldn't recover it, and that was that. So congratulations to Washington on moving on. Of course, this was Washington's first playoff win. Of course, they had lost to Alabama in 2016. So anyway, I guess we're gonna get a Big Ten versus Big Ten matchup in the SEC championship. Of course, Michigan already in the Big Ten, and Washington it is about to be. So I guess the Big Ten can claim a natty here. I mean, yeah, and then wouldn't it? Yeah, and then wouldn't it? Yeah, and then wouldn't it? Yeah, and then wouldn't it just be great to see the Pac-12 win the national championship in their last year before they dissolve. So that would be something. Anyway, yes. So no SEC teams in the national championship for the first time since 2014. So I guess y'all can enjoy it while y'all can. SEC haters. So guess I'll talk more about prediction for who's going to win this game later on this week. So, but anyway, so now how about we take a look at some of these other bowl games, and then I guess we'll move on to about Georgia. About Georgia's massacre over Florida State. 63-3. Georgia wins by 60 points, which is actually more than what we beat TCU by. We only beat TCU by 58. So I think this is the work that Florida State just took the worst loss in college football postseason ever. So, which of course has been, the record has been set by Georgia both times. So in the last 2 years. So sort of already talked about this game a lot. This is just very humiliating for FSU, and just a horrible look for the program. Horrible look for Mike Norvell, and this may have repercussions in recruiting later on. And yes, obviously it did, hurt a lot, not having your 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 about 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 not having about having all those opt outs. Well, guess what? Those players that were playing on Saturday, those are going to be your starters next year. Most of them anyway, minus whoever you can bring in the portal. I can know it won't be Brock Glenn next year. Y'all do have y'all are bringing in DJ Ukulele. So, but anyway. But anyway, so yeah, so I know as a George fan, it didn't end. It won it to no national championship. Of course, you know that. But I mean, can be proud of how we ended season the last 2 years beating someone by 58 plus, scoring 60 plus, over 60 in back to back, and of course, look at if you look at Alabama, I mean we have who has no natties in the last 3 years, and we have as many losses in the last 2 years as Alabama has this year, right? We have as many natties in the last 3 years as Alabama has losses this year. So, but anyway, we got the same number of losses and the same number of national titles in the last 3 years. So. But anyways, now let's talk about, I guess maybe the other New Year's 6 games. Yeah, of course, let's talk about another team that didn't belong on the field. How about Oregon? Just obliterated Liberty 45-6 in this game. And I mean, maybe it's less embarrassing for Liberty because they're a Group of 5 team, and I mean Liberty. My mom did not belong in this game. Really, the Group of 5 should not be automatically entitled to a New Year's 6 bowl. I mean, if there's actually a good team in the Group of 5, I'd say let them play in New Year's 6. But if there aren't any really good teams in the Group of 5, then there's no reason. But the New Year's 6, I mean, sometimes you might get a really good team to come out of the Group of 5, like Cincinnati or UCF, but there's no one like that this year. So yeah, Bo Nix shines in his final collegiate game. So even though Liberty was undefeated, but they didn't play any Power 5 teams. I mean the best team they played was New Mexico State. I mean, okay. So anyway, so let's see, and then in the let's talk about the Cotton Bowl. Yeah, Missouri beats Ohio State 14-3. Yeah. No, this is a huge win for Mizzou. Huge. Program building. Win, getting a win in your sixth bowl, the Cotton Bowl, against a traditional power. The Big Ten in Ohio State. And yeah, this is a really boring game up until the fourth quarter. I mean, and Cody Schrader, really went off in the fourth quarter. Now, of course, Ohio State's going to say, well, we were down to our third string quarterback as Devin Brown got hurt and Kyle McCord transferred. Okay. But I mean, yeah, and didn't have Marvin Harrison. Well, Ohio State, you just couldn't, do anything offensively. I mean, Ryan Day. Yep, can't beat Michigan. Now can't beat Mizzou. Ohio State is now 2-13 all time against the SEC in bowl games. So now speaking of the more Big Ten, now about Ole Miss beats Penn State in the Peach Bowl 38-25. This game wasn't even close. It was 38-17 at one point. So Ole Miss was just the way better team. So. But anyway, so we got both Mizzou and Ole Miss are both gonna finish with 11 wins. They're both gonna finish in the top 10. So I think this has been the best season for Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss, and by far the best season for Eli Drinkwitz at Mizzou. So. Anyway, so I guess we can talk about, other SEC games, about Auburn. What are you doing? You got blown out by Maryland, 31-13, and Maryland didn't even have Pineapple Jr. In this game. I guess he opted out. I guess he's gonna go to the draft. So. Anyway, yeah, there's no reason for this. Maryland just jumped out to a big lead early, and that was that. So, anyway, let's see other SEC. Let's see. Oklahoma State beat Texas A&M 31-23. Well, of course, this was expected. A&M didn't even have a coach. A&M did score some garbage points toward the end, but just wasn't enough. So anyway, let's see. SEC teams. Tennessee. Yeah, beating Iowa. Yep, 35 to nothing. Nothing. Nope. All right, 35 to nothing. So, again, the first start for Nico Iamaleava, and it went okay. He struggled a lot. Didn't really have a good game, but guess he played okay. I guess he played good enough. Got some touchdown runs with his legs. I think he even threw. He got 2 touchdown runs and a touchdown pass. So. but anyway, so Iowa, of course, absolutely terrible. I mean, scored 0 points, zero. That's what they're doing, all year. They also were shut out by Penn State, 31-0. So, and let's just be honest. I mean, if Iowa was in what was in the SEC, they would have been 7-5 at best. I mean, I mean, they would have been 7-5 at the at the very best, and maybe 6-6. I mean, they would have struggled to make a bowl game in the SEC. So even though yes, they won 10 games in the Big Ten West, but anyway, so yeah, about LSU beats Wisconsin 35-31, and yeah, I mean Wisconsin put up a good fight. I mean, this is a great game, just very back and forth. It's like Wisconsin would score 14 points, and then LSU would score 14 points, and I mean, LSU didn't have no Jaden Daniels, no Malik Neighbors. They had Greg Nussmeier making his first start, and he played and he played very well. So anyway, so now anything else? Let's see, other any more SEC? Oh yeah, how about Clemson beat Kentucky. Clemson beat Kentucky 38-35. Yeah, I really thought that Kentucky had Clemson beat. It was 35-31, but then Clemson just goes right down the field, scores touchdown to win the game. But anyway, really should have been giving the ball to Phil Maffa more. That Pete in his live stream. He had a lot to say about the play calling. They they really weren't running the ball enough. I mean, Phil Maffa was getting 6.5 yards per carry. Said they're letting Club Dick throw the ball 40 plus times. I mean, you should have given Maffa, more like more like 20 or 25 carries in this game. I mean, but I mean, you didn't end up winning anyway, so. I think that's all the SEC. Or I think the SEC finished 5-4 in bowl games. So we had a winning record at least, which is more than can be said for the ACC with their 5-6 bowl record. So anyway, so now anything else? Yeah, I guess we can start from the beginning. I guess we have Ohio beat Georgia Southern. Yeah, 41-21. Yeah, you hate to see it in a Georgia school get blown out. I'm gonna do know some people that went to Georgia Southern, so that I went to high school with. So I know some people who graduated from there. So, but anyway, and then how about and then Jacksonville State beats Louisville 34-31. I mean, not Louisville. Yeah, Louisiana. Lafayette 34-31 in overtime. Yes. So do have my grandparents, who went to Louisiana Lafayette, and then I have a cousin that went to Jacksonville State. So anyway, let's see now about Western Kentucky and Old Dominion. Yeah, famous Toastery Bowl. Now this was was the best bowl that almost no one watched. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. So Old Dominion was up 28-0, and then Western Kentucky came back and won 38-35 in overtime. And I actually did a stream during this game. So let's now about Syracuse. Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah, you just got annihilated by South Florida, 45-0. And I mean, it's not like USF is a good Group of 5 team. I mean, they were 6-6. I mean, I guess Alabama fans might tell you that they're a good team, but yeah, about Georgia Tech beating UCF 30-17. It was like 14-0 UCF early, and then they just got blown out the rest of the game, like 30-3 from that point on. So great win for Georgia Tech. Shout out to Rec Talk, Sea Dog, CJ. I mean, y'all have been through a lot, suffering through the Jeff Collins era. First bowl appearance since 2018, and first bowl win since 2016. So anyways, now about Duke beats Troy 17-10. I mean, the Sun Belt champion loses to a middle of the road ACC team in Duke. Wow, Troy, hey, let that happen. Anyways, now about Arkansas State and Northern Illinois. This is what the Montgomery Bowl or the Camellia Bowl, right? Anyway, I think this was the first bowl game for Butch Jones at Arkansas State. Of course, Butch Jones, he used to coach at Tennessee, and I mean, he was known for his press conferences. He was known for saying things like the brick by brick, champions of life, and 3 stars, 5-star hearts, But anyway, so NIU did win 21-19. So now about Air Force beats James Madison 31-21. James Madison. I mean, you lost to a team that was on a 4-game losing streak. I mean, it was just weird how Air Force started out like 8-0, and then and and then they just started losing. Yeah, lost 8 in a row to finish the season. I mean 4 in a row. They beat James Madison though, and I mean JMU. I mean I'm I mean the NCAA let you into a bowl, right? Because there weren't enough bowl teams. So uh so you wanted to go to a bowl game. You go to one, and you lose. So yeah, very disappointing. Let's see now. Georgia State beat Utah State 45-22. Yeah, it's also good to see another Georgia, state of Georgia, football program. Mom get a win here. Let's see. Then what was the other this bowl game? It was the Utah Northwestern bowl game. Right, Northwestern won 14-7. Yeah, so both Utah and Utah State both lost their bowl games on the same day. In Utah, just a measly 7 points. Struggling on offense again. I mean, Utah is like the Iowa of the pack, the Pac-12. So, and now shout out to Northwestern. I mean, I mean, you went from 1 win last year to 8 wins this year. Yeah, just and an incredible turnaround by David Braun. So, but anyway, so now we do have Kansas beat UNLV 49-36. And I mean, shout out to Kansas, getting their first bowl win since 2008. I mean, this was just such a shock, because I mean we're not used to seeing Kansas winning like this. I mean, we're used to seeing Kansas win 2 or 3 games every year. But, the last 2 years, was that coach's name? Yeah, was it, Lance Leipold. Yes, just done an incredible job at Kansas. I mean, did he get, hired away to somewhere? Yeah, I can't remember. Or he's still at Kansas. I can't remember, but I mean, I mean, if you can go 8-4, 9-4 with a bowl win at Kansas, I mean, that's just incredible. I mean maybe he almost should have won Coach of the Year. I mean, either him or David Braun should have won Coach of the Year, and maybe they did. I don't know, but anyway, so how about about West Virginia beats North Carolina 30-10. Shout out to Gold and Blue, dude. I mean, we sure do miss you. It's very fitting for West Virginia to have West Virginia have the big season. Yeah, the great season that they did. I don't think anyone really expected West Virginia to be any good. So, I'm sure that Go Blue was able to look down, from heaven and smile at what his Mountaineers did. So, and then of course, West Virginia wins 30-10. Yeah, North Carolina didn't have Drake May. Probably it probably wouldn't have mattered. Anyways, how about USC beats Louisville 42-28. Is what the Holiday Bowl. And I mean, the ACC is down bad. Yeah, Louisville, second best team in the ACC, loses to a middle of the pack Pac-12 team. Yeah, 42-28. Yeah, and of course Caleb Williams didn't play. Yes, so Miller Moss makes his first start, and he just went out and threw 6 touchdown passes. So a great start to his career for Miller Moss. So looks like they're going to be in good hands next year. So about this year. So about Boston College beat SMU 23-14. And I thought SMU was supposed to win the ACC next year. SMU. This was just a terrible start here to ACC play. You won the American Conference, champions. How do you lose to Boston College? This does not look good for you being in the ACC next year. Yeah, Boston College wins 23-14. Anyway, how about Miami? Yeah, losing to Rutgers. Yeah, 31-24. It's embarrassing. Anytime you lose to Rutgers. And Miami has not won a bowl game since 2016. You've got to go back to the to the Mark Richt days. Rutgers just ran it on Miami just over and over and over again. I think they ran the ball about 50 times in this game. Anyway, yeah, so good job on the win, Rutgers, 31-14. Rutgers, finishes with a winning record in I don't know how long. Yeah, probably. Yeah, this is probably your best season since you joined the Big Ten. Greg Schiano's doing a great job there, and in Tennessee, man, you didn't want Greg Schiano. You shouldn't have rebelled against the Greg Schiano hire. It's all your fault. So, and then no Tyler Van Dyke for Miami, so they're stuck with this other quarterback, Brown. I remember they were supposed to get Cameron Ward, but he is now said that he's not going to transfer, but he's just going to go to the NFL. So, so that's that. Yeah. And then now here we go. When Kansas State beat NC State 28-19 in the Pop-Tart Bowl. So now all you teams, that were that were making excuses about not having your quarterback out. Yeah, no excuses from Kansas State. Yeah. Will Howard is gone. And the backup quarterback started. What was his name? Yeah, I can't remember what his name was now, but yeah, I mean, he had a good, first start. So anyway, and let's see, Arizona beats Oklahoma 38-24. Yeah, Oklahoma turned the ball over 6 times. Yeah, and a shout out to Zona Tucson 93. Yeah, getting this win. So yes and no. Dylan Gabriel for Oklahoma. Yeah, Jackson Arnold making his first start. So let's see now about Oklahoma State and Notre Dame. Yeah, Notre Dame just clobbered. Yeah, they just skinned the Beavers 40-8. And I mean, I know that Oregon State, didn't have the ukulele. Well, Notre Dame didn't have Sam Hartman, so they were starting Steve Peanut Butter and Jelly. So and he had a great game in his first ever start. So I mean, he looked really good. So let's see. Let's see. So Iowa State, lost to Memphis 36-26. Yeah, actually did a stream of during this game as well. So shout out to Jeff Webster. I mean, we sure do miss you, Jeff. And I really wanted Ohio State. Iowa State to get this win for you. So, but fortunately, it didn't happen. So, okay, get Memphis wins in their own home stadium at 36-26. Let's see, and yeah, I think that's about it. So, and this video was a little long, but I mean, so anyways, that's really the last, recap, video of for this season. So, but anyway, so thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.